Hello everyone. So if you're watching this video, it is probably because you have heard a little bit about the situation happening in Indonesia. And if you don't know, this video is going to shed some light on the recent arrest of a man who I deeply admire and respect, Zaim Saidi. My name is Thoraya Badilio and I am a documentary host, scriptwriter and journalist based in Malaysia. And the reason why I want to make this video is because Zaim has been gathering a lot of support from within Indonesia, within Malaysia and all over the world for what he's been doing in Indonesia. So let me shed some light on the situation. So exactly a month ago, on February 2nd, the police showed up at Zaim's home in the middle of the night and arrested him without warning. Now, the big question is, why was he arrested? And actually, that question still hasn't fully been answered. So let me explain to you a little bit about who Zaim is. Zaim Saidi was born and grew up in Indonesia. He has a wife and children, and for the past 10 years he has dedicated his life to helping and supporting his community by establishing muamalat markets. So these are public markets that follow all the same trading practices as the marketplaces during the time of the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So these are halal markets. All traders are allowed, all products are allowed so long as they are halal. In fact, they're very similar to the Pasar Malams or the Bazar Ramadans that we have here in Malaysia. The only difference is that inside these markets, he allowed traders to trade with whatever commodities or currencies that they so chose to trade with. And this includes gold and silver coins. Coins like these, dinar and dirham. Now, why did he allow this to happen? Well, two big reasons. The first one being that if you know anything about the Indonesian currency or the economy, you will know that the Indonesian rupiah is practically worthless. To give you a little bit of context, $1 is equal to around 14,000 Indonesian rupiah. Now, 70 years ago when it was first established, $1 was equal to 3.5 rupiah. So the currency has gone through some very turbulent inflation that has greatly affected its population, with 25% of the Indonesian population actually living right along the poverty line. Most people don't want to hold the rupiah because of its volatile inflation, and Indonesian businesses actually do a lot of their transactions in US dollars. In fact, most of big business in Indonesia is done in US dollars. But the second reason, and the reason that I think he would want me to highlight, is that the Indonesian rupiah, much like any other paper currency in today's modern economy, in the eyes of the Islamic Sharia, is actually haram for trading. So in an attempt to give people an option, not enforcing anyone to trade with any means of currency, just giving people alternatives, Zaim set up these muamalat markets to allow traders to have a way of trading halal. He established a marketplace where a kind of barter system was allowed, all following the same trading practices as the marketplaces during the time of the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So he minted these gold and silver coins to facilitate trading within the marketplaces. Now, we have to be very clear that he was in no way trying to reproduce the Indonesian rupiah, because as he knows and as we all know, the only authority that is allowed to issue legal tender or issue the rupiah is the government of Indonesia. So these coins have nothing to do with legal tender. He was minting them to a certain standard just to facilitate trading within the marketplaces. So you could go to these markets and buy a chicken, a shirt, a loaf of bread, whatever you wanted, using whatever currency you wanted. So it wasn't enforced that you had to trade with dinar and dirham. There was just that option that you could also pay with gold and silver currency. But apparently, under Indonesian law, trade transactions carried out in the state's jurisdiction must be done with the official currency, the rupiah. Violation of the law is an offense punishable by up to 1 year in prison or a fine of up to 200 million Indonesian rupiah, roughly around 14,000 US dollars. But this is of course where they shoot themselves in the foot, and where people online and in the media have been very quick to come and say, if he is getting jailed for using a currency that isn't the rupiah, why is it that other people and business owners who trade using US dollars, euros and pounds not carrying the same sentence? Not only that, people online are now saying Well, if he is getting jailed for using gold and silver for trading, what about people that trade using Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any other cryptocurrency? Are they also going to get jailed? Now, the reason that I bring this story up is because this is a breach of freedom and a double standard. If Pak Zaim is getting thrown in jail for trading in a currency that isn't the rupiah, then anyone else that has been trading within Indonesia not using the rupiah should carry the same sentence. And the other reason why this story is important to me is because I have met Pak Zaim before, several times in fact, and I've known him for many years. And all I can say is that his intentions have always been in the right place. All Pak Zaim has ever done is try to strengthen his community by encouraging trade, encouraging entrepreneurship, and helping people put food on their table and a roof over their head. And he has every right to criticize paper money, not just the rupiah, but any modern day currency anywhere in the world. And if you don't know, go on Google or YouTube any of the 100,000 economic experts that will tell you that paper money is a complete fraud and completely worthless. He is a good man. And when good men get punished for doing the right thing, that is when you know a change needs to happen in society. And the only way that we're going to see change is if our voices are united to say that what has happened to Pak Zaim is unjust and that he deserves to be free. Since his arrest, numerous organizations have been coming together to denounce his wrongful imprisonment. So here I am, lending my own voice to support him. He is taking the punishment for doing something right. And when the right people are in jail, that is when your society is going to crumble. So I stand with Pak Zaim. And if you stand with him too, please share this video. Gather your own information, talk about him, let people know what's going on, and let's get him out of jail. If we unite our voices to stand together and support him, I know that this video can help him. So drop me a message and I'll try and share as much information as I can. I am in contact with his family and let's get him out. Thank you so much for listening.